Alright, now he's just showing off. Now he's just showing off. Alright, let's check out Wistoria Season 2, Episode 6. Make sure you drop a like and a comment, and make sure you subscribe. Full reactions over on Patreon. Let's jump into this. Imagine, like, he goes, climbs a tower, and it takes another fucking 5 years before he ever has a face-to-face with her. Oh, I'd be fucking pissed. I feel like the colors and the outfits work on the girls, but for the boys, I don't know, it's a little weird. Oh, my boy. My boy's in with... What the fuck? I know he didn't shove her, but that looked very abusive. I can't with these outfits. Maybe if you get rid of the cloak, I'm more accepting of it, but it just makes it look like he's in his big brother's outfit cosplaying right now. I can't fucking do this. She wants nothing to do with you, bro. He pretty much got the case of like, hey, you up? And then got a response, she's asleep, little bro. But they ain't getting selected. So these are the ones who are immediately selected. These are the ones that will have to prove themselves. No, we won't. I love the fact that she has fucking Will plushies, by the way. Oh, here we go. I mean, that had to approved, right? Yeah, I guess I'll take him. Yup. Yup. Yup, yup, yup. God damn, he's fucking good. The fact that he even pierced through the shield is crazy. Yeah, I mean, if you say we can't join the tower now, we're gonna slap you with our dick. Now, here's the thing. On one hand, it's disrespectful as hell having your main character not immediately get scouted. And not because our girl screwed him over, just the higher-ups being the higher-ups, not allowing her to scout until he proves himself again. It's another thing when you make him look like he's cosplaying as his older brother. This is absolutely diabolical. And here's the thing. I already know, based on the witch hat hype of last week, oh, look at how cool those guys look. And I'm out here saying they look like members of the band camp. This is not right. What they did because of this cloak makes it look like Will is cosplaying as his older brother. Will is a badass. Will has muscles. Will is a fucking machine. And he's out here having to wear the dumbest fucking cloak of all time. And before I get people saying, oh, I think it looks pretty cool, sit down. I ain't having none of this bullshit. And I think a great example of why these outfits just don't work for me is... Here's the thing. Do these types of outfits exist? Yes. The royal family loves to drape themselves in the most obnoxiously large cloaks that do not fit their body type. But at least with the girls, they don't have to wear these, like they have capes, but everything is like fitted to their actual physique. Where the guys, it's just too much. It's like, these characters don't need to show off. And then before I get people being like, oh, you're making a mountain out of a molehill. Listen. When a show is as fucking good as Wistoria is, there's not a lot to actually criticize. It is just a personal bias response. I don't like the way these outfits look. Does it actually ruin anything? No. But let a man have a little bit of hater fun. It's all in good fun, and to be honest, on one hand, it's kind of cool that the reason the outfits kind of look lame at face value is because they change color after you get selected, or you stay colorless with the gold trim and the white outlook. But I just can't deal with the fact that Will just looks like he's cosplaying, like he doesn't belong here. And here's the thing, a lot of military, like more medieval settings, they do have these like extra large cloaks, but I've always hated them. And maybe I'd hate it less if it was black with gold trim, because at least it wouldn't be as distracting. But man, Will is such a badass, but he gets done dirty. He's got the Harry Potter glasses, he's got fucking clothes that don't fit him. And then, you know, add a cherry on top to the disrespect. Oh yeah, everyone gets selected but you, pretty much. It's like, go fuck yourself. Now, I did feel for Elfie, because immediately when I hear that, you know, we're not selected, I'm thinking, what the fuck? Like, what good is it to have friends in high places if they're not going to manipulate the rules and allow us to rise up quickly? And, you know, sometimes people are like, that's not fair. Who gives a fuck? We saved the day. We deserve it. She actually wanted to do that. It's great, because she wanted to scout him even before he saved the town, and her goddamn maid prevented it. And I get that the maid wasn't doing it for, like, nefarious reasons. It was because the higher-ups weren't going to allow it. But still, fuck all those people. But it is a cool system. I mean, it's bigotry coded. I mean, if you're not good enough, you get left in the dust and it pretty much get to be slave labor for the talented. But it is cool how they change the overall cloaks to be whatever team they're on, pretty much. And just seeing something like this, I mean, it's... Sometimes I'll watch these school anime, and I'll be like, damn, Japan just casually posters up, like, the top 20 student scores, or all the scores, and you can see who's doing well. And that's bad enough for potential bullying, but this is just diabolical. Like, everyone gets a fireworks display. as you're left with nothing, like, thanks. But seeing them all get to their individual groups, I mean, it's cool, right? Because, like, especially, like I said, the black with the gold trim looks really cool. And as they say, the colorless are just going to be cogs in the wheel that will be supporting of the talented, more or less. But they do give them all a chance. Those who haven't been selected, you have one last chance to show off, right? And that's where, obviously, the spectacle comes into this episode. Not only do I think the creature they fought was really coolly designed, it was just also really fun to see, because these two characters, right, neither one in theory should have been not selected. Will out here doing his crazy sword jitsu, saving the whole town. How could someone not believe in him? But it does make sense, right? I mean, at the end of the day, the same reason old Professor Snape's like, I don't want him climbing the tower. There's no guarantee he can continue to act the way he did as he climbs the tower, gets himself thrown deeper and deeper into situations, and also he knows what it feels like to have your dream shattered. He doesn't want Will to suffer that fate. So it could have been a fluke. It could have been, they could justify a billion ways why Will didn't deserve to be selected. And then when it comes to Julius, well, there's a couple things. One, you were really mean to my boy, and I don't want you to be selected. And I assume Will is going to be the reason Julius gets selected, but also the other classes, like, they don't really have any need for an ice mage, so if she's not going to take him, probably no one will. Not to mention, his attitude can be a detriment to him, so he does need to kind of have a bit of a reality check, which he has over time. But until Will gives the thumbs up, I don't think Julius is going to be selected, which is really funny because he was very, very pissed off over this whole thing. But it kind of makes sense when you realize the only group that would select an ice mage is #1 fanboy to Will, and you've been an absolute bitch to Will, so it kind of makes sense. It's also really nice when it comes to Will that, like, for most people watching, they're like, oh, all he's doing is dodging. What a pathetic weasel. But no, he dodges at first so he can monitor the moveset. And once he knows the moveset, he can immediately slice the dice. And the fact that everyone in the collective audience was like, holy shit. It wasn't this, oh, that's a fluke. Once they immediately saw what he was doing, they're like, oh, wait a second. Yeah, he's talented. And the thing that's interesting about him is, unlike a character like Julius or Sion, right, they have a group that they fit in with. The fire mages, the ice mages, the earth mages, right? Those make sense. Will is his own class. In theory, any group could probably take him, and in doing so could probably make use of him, right? Because sword magic is a completely different beast than casting a fireball or casting a icicle, right? So I do expect everyone's going to or at least a handful, like 2 or 3 are going to be like, oh, I want this kid. And we know where he's going to probably land. Unless for some reason he has a damn good reason of turning her down. Maybe he's like, I don't deserve her yet. I don't know. But either way, it was actually a really cool fight. Like, we didn't need an action scene after having multiple episodes, but I was very appreciative of what we had. It was well animated and once again flexed the quality all more. I mean, you didn't need too much, even though I got a comment being like, there was only 2 minutes of action this week. I was like, what the fuck kind of criticism is that? Why the hell do we need more action? We already had plenty of it. But either way, yeah, I thought this was a great episode. Diabolically disrespectful, though, when it came to making my boy look like he was cosplaying as his older brother. Not to mention we didn't even get selected. That's some bullshit. But either way, unlike the early stages of this show, people are immediately realizing that we are built different, so I'm excited. Anyway, let me know your thoughts down below. Make sure you drop a like, share, your support, subscribe, ring that bell, and of course, Patreon for live reactions over there and other exclusives, because you know I gotta give those video shoutouts, because my patrons make it all possible over here on YouTube. Alright, so today we got Vi, Navenga Gaines, Matthew, Zane Zardox, Natasha and Henry, Agus TR, Leaf Solman, Chitin Lord Bill, and we also have Waka. So I appreciate the support. Please take care, and y'all have a good one.